Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Crimi-Trent. Today we're making some Valentines, super easy, less than 10 minutes. I mean 5 minutes probably for each one. Super pretty and cute and easy to make for your loved ones or your boyfriend, husband, whoever, girlfriend, whomever you want, teacher, whatnot. So let's get started. Okay, for supplies, I have a piece of Arches 100% cotton watercolor paper. It's 140 press. I took a 10 by 14 sheet. I cut it in half, and then I folded it in half again, and then I unfolded it and stuck. Let me stick this blue tape down on just the side that I'm not going to be painting, and I kept the other side like this so I can paint the edges without bleeding on this side. And here we're just going to have my palette. I have some pink, some reds and yellows. I have alizarin crimson. I have this bright wild rose from Dr. P.H. Martin's. It's a concentrated watercolor. I've got my paper towel, as always. Some paint I already painted on there. I'll be using a fat Princeton Neptune number 12 brush to start. Getting a lot of water on the brush. You can see the watercolor. Getting a lot of water on it. Getting this very loosely watered, very loose, because you want it light to start. Add a little more alizarin crimson to make it not so bright pink. So we're going to be doing layers, and this is going to be drying, layer, dry, and layer, drying. So we're going to start by doing a real pale one on the bottom, and just zigzaggy lines. Don't have to be perfect. Going across. Same thing on the bottom. And your edge can be a little darker if you want it to be. Like so. Grab some red, mix that up. We're going to do that on top. I'll paint this across. This is so simple. Anybody could do this. Add some more color, put it in the middle. You can put a little yellow in there, make it blush color. I dab it on my paper towel just to see how I like the color, and then I'll just go across, zigzag it. I have a bunch of tutorials on these abstract landscape kind of watercolors. If you go back and you can see them. There's some in blues and some in yellows. And you can use a flat brush for this. You don't have to use this brush. Actually, that can work really well too. And I'll show you. I have a simple, actually, here. Flat brush is missing an action. Here we go. A simple flat brush. You want to use that. Grab the red again, add a little yellow to it. It's got that blush color. I dab it here. See? Right now it just looks like stripes, but when the other color goes on top of it, it's going to change it. We're going to just keep adding layers. So, see? Do the color on top of it. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is let these ones dry with my hairdryer and come back. Alrighty, I'm back. So the hairdryer helps it dry so it doesn't bleed and bleed and bleed. Grabbing some more of this paint, alizarin crimson. See how I'm getting it wet, really wet. Adding a little yellow. Dabbing it, see if I like the color. Okay. And here, you're going on top of that color. Look at that. I mean, there's little funky little crevices. If I really want to get more yellow in here, get it more orangey, peachy color. Dab it, take some of the paint off, go here. See how it's making this cool? Let me zone in. Like funky layer. Same thing here. Giving this great, you know, almost like ombre effect to it. And up top, you can go a little darker. Pull this back out. Getting the crimson a little more deep. Might add a little of this bright fuchsia to it. And here we go, look at that. Just gonna keep adding the layers. A little yellow, so it's orangey, peachy. I'm gonna make it real light. Go in here. But you get these fun layers. Just a simple, easy, fun practice to do for a card. So it's just in tones of pinks. Washing out that white color. A little more blush. And look how pretty that looks. I'm gonna get a little pinker, a little stripier. It's so easy. Again, more ombre. You can make it real ombre. Like, I haven't mixed bright tone in here. You don't have to do that. Get it even deeper. Up top. So it looks a little more ombre. And I'm gonna let this dry and come back. Once this is dry, I take my Liquitex acrylic ink. I like this because it's thick. It goes on almost opaque like a gouache. Shake that up. And take one of our brushes. I think I'll use a good sized brush that you want to write in. This Princeton No. 8 Neptune brush. That's a good tip on it. It's very pointy. And we're just going to write the word love. This should be fairly dry. If not, you test it out like I just did, touching it. And if it's not opaque, you might have to do a couple of layers. But just write the word love. And I think you can handle writing the word love. If you don't have the ink, you could use a marker, the gold markers. They might not have the same quality of the shininess as the ink or the gouache, but similar effect. Now see, it's kind of translucent now. I'll have to add another layer on top of it just to get it opaque. But I like the shininess of this particular kind of paint, well, ink, compared to the gouache. So I'm going to dry this and come back and put another layer on. Okay, so I put another layer on after I dried it, and it's curling a little bit because it was drying by hairdryer. But you can flatten that out once it's dry. Pull the tape off, fold it back. Like I said, you can just fix this, put something on it to hold it down, make it flat. But you get this really simple, pretty, lovely Valentine's that is beautiful for anybody. And very easy, very simple to do. It'll literally take you 5 minutes. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, for the second card, using the same paper, folding it in half, only I'm taping down the corners here to hold it down in place. Using the same color tones, I'm going to take this piece of paper towel and switch it to like a plain one. And we're just going to make hearts, just different various tones of hearts. Again, excuse me, that brush was a little dirty from my gold. You're just going to water this pink down. And we're going to make a bunch of pink hearts. And that might be a little too watery, but that's okay. Just various hearts. And you want to do in various tones of pink. I'm adding some more deeper crimson. And also various sizes. Keep that in mind. Why do we do that? Well, you want it to be interesting. Can have this real fuchsia pink. It's really bright. This is another super easy, fast card idea. Again with that one. Make smaller ones. Larger ones, taller ones, peachy color ones. Skinny hearts, fat hearts. Just a bunch of different sizes. Oops. Real pale ones. So just I dab it onto my paper towel to make it super pale. And you can take the paint off with the paper towel like I'm doing here. It's that easy. Just a bunch of simple hearts. I mean, I think anybody can paint a heart. I've got to be able to paint a heart. Do small ones up here. I probably chose not the best brush for this, but that's okay. Sometimes super pointy is not great on the brush. Again, grabbing that deep tone of crimson. So they kind of look like they're floating right now, which is fine, but we're not going to have them do that. Now we're going to grab some greens. If you don't have hooker's green or medium green, just use the greens you have. If it's too bright, like this green one over here, you just add some red or some brown to it. See, it's bright, but I've added some sap to it. There's a little brown, there's a little hooker's green to it. Get the color you like. See how I'm playing around? This is where the point comes in handy. So we're going to make it like they're actual flowers. The hearts of flowers on stems. And as you see this, you'll notice you want to add more. So I'll put that stem there, and I'll put a heart out there, and I'll put one here, and I'll add. You can see where you're missing areas to put hearts in. So I'll clean up my brush, and I think I'll use a rounded brush for this one. I got the Grumbacher 10. It's pulling the Grumbacher back in. It just has a rounder point. For me, it makes it easier to control. Like that. Put some hearts that I'm missing. A little too pointy. Put a heart behind a heart. And this one doesn't have a stem, so we'll go in and get that green. And that could be an indicator we could do some more little ones shooting from that stem. Almost like heart buds. So you're playing around with just making this almost like a heart wildflower field. It's kind of what it looks like. Adding the stems to, oh, oops, a little too thick. That's okay. And I think I'm missing some out here. And I'll make them smaller ones, like, looks like heart buds. I'm switching brushes fastly, but that's okay. You understand what I'm doing. See, I'm putting the hearts, almost like buds. I'm switching brushes. So I'm grabbing a deeper green, putting some brown in there, grabbing the hooker's green. Might add a little indigo to make it darker. There you go. Now, you could add leaves to these stems or not. You could leave it like this. You want to add little leaves. It can be really pretty. Something doesn't want to coordinate and cooperate today, and that is my brush. I'm actually using controlled leaves instead of the pushing down, pulling up method because the brush is not cooperating. But you put these little leaves all around so it looks like a heart wildflower field. But you see how these simple things look really pretty. It's just hearts, but then you turn them into flowers. And they literally take you 5 minutes. I mean, and you don't have to have expensive watercolors for this one because it's not a design that requires that. Like I'm using Arches paper for this. You could have easily used a cheaper Canson or Strathmore. It depends on how intense you want the hearts and the flowers to look. You want to get more detailed. So it's a spray of flowers. You can go back in and take one of your small brushes and grab some deeper colors and go into each heart. You can make patterns. You know, you could do all kinds of things inside of each of the heart just to change it up a bit. You could do polka dots. It's almost like a heart doodle. You could do stripes. I'm showing you here. Again, dots. Real simple stuff. It just makes it have more variety. Changes it up a bit. More opaque inside the heart, like that. Heart within a heart. Do another one right here, show you what I mean. It could just be lines, but you could also fill it in. You could put flowers inside the hearts, like so. Little ditzy flowers. Just go to town and how you want to create it. Doesn't have to look like mine, as I always tell you this. Just giving you ideas, because sometimes we go blank. I go blank. Everyone goes blank once in a while. We all have our days. We'll make this lighter heart within a heart. You can take that same gold paint that I had earlier, put some of that in the hearts. I really enjoy this gold paint. It's like a thing with me. I don't know why. It's a find that I like. And with this gold paint, we can make this really sophisticated. We could put a gold border around this whole entire design. We still have the tape holding it down. This little breaks, that's fine. Looks kind of cool. It's like it's breaking through. The ink. But really, how long did this take us? Like I said, you can go as simple or as intricate as you want. You could take the gold and put that inside the hearts. Just little dots around. And put dots around on the outside. Just give it that sparkle. Dots inside. It just helps change it up. Dots inside the little ditsies. Dots inside this one. Fill in the heart here. It's just like I said, it's like a heart doodle. This is really good art therapy, by the way. And again, did this take long? No. Something you can do with girlfriends. Have some wine. So we'll take this off. You see closer how I have the little patterns inside them. The shimmer of the gold. So there you go. 2 totally new and different Valentine cards that are easy, within like 5-10 minutes you could make, that are great for your loved ones and your lover, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for stopping by.